Marriage and the problem. Today was our family circle program. 35% of my invited guests showed up. Or maybe not up to 35%. When I mean guests, I'm talking about individuals whose marriages have been having problems and haven't prayed about the problems they have been facing in their marriage. And those who have been finding it difficult to find a husband were also part of the people I expected. So I invited majority of them to join me today so that we can deliberate on the matter, so I can have mass counsel for all of them. But believe you me, just like what my guests, what I suspected, many of them didn't turn up. And it calls to mind on the reasons why so many people face difficulties in this life without finding help and solution over the world problems they are passing through. And I have realized that no matter how much you try to help some people that are in problem, as long as they don't see themselves as a problem in the system, your effort will end in nothing. I discussed today, and I want to bring to your notice, how to find a real man and build a lasting marriage. That was my subject today. Many weeks ago, I was preaching in the morning and looking at the faces of the people that were there in the church service. I can be able to discern what their expectations were. Some of them, the expectations were very simple. The prayers in their heart was that God should help them find the real man. So the Lord led me to design this program and to bring it to help them. And I don't know, whoever that is following me, if you are still single, these are things you have to do to find the real man and to keep the real man and to build a lasting marriage. You see, Proverbs 18:22 says, "He that finds a wife finds a good and obtains favor." Genesis chapter 2, 18-24 talks about God discovered there was no helpmate. So he took a ring from the man called Adam and made a woman and brought the woman to see what the man will call the woman, what the man will call the woman. And the woman said, "This is the bone of my bone, the flesh of my flesh." So these are the foundation for marriage. And Ephesians chapter 5 verse 22 to 33 talks about women or wives submit to your husband. So in my introduction, I make mention of something that is very important I want to also relate to you. Marriage is not just about finding a man. Some of you don't know this, and that is why I put it in place so that I can communicate it to you. It is about finding the right man. That's what marriage is all about. And to find the right man is not that easy. Many people are praying for a good husband, but few are preparing to recognize and sustain good husband. A real man is not defined by money, looks, or sweet words, but by character, responsibility, and godliness. These are things that define a real man. And then I ask the question, who is a real man? Now let me start defining it for your own convenience and understanding. You see, a real man is, number one, spiritual. A man that is spiritually grounded, because life is spiritual. Life is more spiritual than physical. There are many things that comes up in marriage that are actually spiritual. If you are spiritually grounded, you can be able to navigate it. There are many situations that will hit you in marriage that you might be dealing with in a physical realm, but you will not understand that the matter is spiritual. For instance, I've had some young people who got married to these people that belong to marine spirit, marine world, and Obanjes. You see, some of the challenges they pass through, sometimes they want to deal with it physically, but they don't know that it's spiritual. And some of you get married to a man without going through thorough deliverance. While some of you get married to a woman without taking them for deliverance, preparing them for marriage. If you don't settle certain people that they are connected to, If you marry them, they will come with a problem they did not settle, and that marriage will not end well. If you insist that you must continue in the marriage, either you get poor or you get killed. And that is why we have more widows than widowers, because so many men eventually marry a woman that is not settled. You know, a woman is a vessel carrying so many things, so many forces. If you are not careful, you marry someone who is already a baggage, and before you know it, her baggage will become yours, and the people that are entrusted, or she is entrusted to, will come after you. These are people that people used to call spiritual husband. They are not actually spiritual husband in the physical sense, because some will always argue there is nothing like spiritual husband, but they don't understand because they've not encountered it. There are forces, certainly there are forces. If you are not spiritually grounded, you are not a complete man, you are not a real man. Not just church attendance or attending spiritual gathering, but godly living. People who are godly in their nature, they are men of principle, they are men of discipline. They are not men to the lust of their flesh. They are men to the rule of their flesh. That's whom we call the spiritual man. If you look at Matthew chapter 6:33, it talks about seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness first. Number 2, responsible. Any real man that profess to be a real man must be responsible. He takes responsibility of his life and that of others. These are the how to know a real man. He must be someone who is responsible, pays his rent, gets money, buys clothes for himself, feeds himself, does one or two things, who put one or two together to make a living. That's whom a real man is. He's not lazy. He's not a dependent. He has a direction. I mean, he has a purpose in life. He has something he's driving for. He has a plan. He has something he's chasing after. And he's somebody who dreams. When I talk about dreams, I'm talking about somebody who has vision. His vision is not only one-sided. He's consistently pursuing his vision. Such a man is a real man. And then number 3, emotionally mature. He controls his anger. You know, many times I see on the social media where a man will beat a woman to the extent that the body of the woman will be full of injuries. And I mentioned something during my teaching this evening. If you want to hear it more, you can go to our church prayer highlight, Assembly International. You will see the teaching there. But I needed to analyze it better here, because that was a message from the altar. Some of you may not want to hear a message from the altar, but you can pick one or two from what I'm saying. Now listen, when you see such a man that beats his wife to the point that injury is all over, it's a sign of a man who is not emotionally under control. Such a man is an individual who does not know how to control his emotions. He's carried away. So he goes beyond discipline. You know, sometimes somebody might do something, you tap the body or you tap the cheek or you just do one thing or the other to bring the person back to order. It is called mind reset. You know, to pinch the body of the person to make the person return back to normal reality. So, but some people will take it extreme and start beating their wife to the point of beating her to stupor. That is terrible. They are not emotionally mature, because emotionally mature people, they control their anger. They communicate very well. He is not abusive or manipulative. Number 4, committed and faithful. These are things the attributes of a real man. Committed and faithful. He values loyalty. He's not a player. He's loyal. He's not a player. He's constantly putting into work the act of loyalty. He's loyal to you, wants to trust you, wants you to trust him. Everything he's doing towards you and around you is real. He's very real. Now, a real man is not perfect actually, but he is intentional and he is constantly working on how to do better. He is constantly working towards growth. Now, how to attract a real man? Hear me carefully. You don't attract what you are not. So if you want to attract a real man, you have to build a real woman, because you can only attract what you are. If bad guys are coming around you, it's a sign that you're a bad guy. If bad girl, if bad women are getting attracted to you, it's because you are a bad man. So be careful. So become the real woman. Develop your character. Be respectful, peaceful, and wise. Proverbs 31 verse 30, it talks about A wise woman, a woman who fears the Lord, is to be praised. That is the characteristics of a woman that wants to attract the right man. Then number 2, carry value. Add value to yourself spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. Avoid desperation. Desperation attracts the wrong men. Be careful. Number 3, have standards. Know what you want and what you will not tolerate. Don't lower your standards out of loneliness. Number 4, pray with discernment. Ask God for direction, not just a husband. James chapter 1 verse 5. Ask God for wisdom. How to recognize the right man. Watch these things. They are the attributes of the right man. Character over time. Watch his character over time. Not just once. Not just the words. Consistency, not occasional effort. Treatment of others, especially those that are not beneficial to him. People who don't add much value to him. You know, you have had some people say, "Waiting concern me, you dey feed me, waiting be my problem with you. Why will I treat you so well?" Forget that nonsense. He's a stupid man, is nobody. You see, watch individuals who mistreat others. They can also mistreat you. Listen, respect for you, which is your body, your values, your boundaries. You know what you don't like. A man that honors you will not disrespect those areas. Any real man that you want to marry, make sure that he is such a person that respects your boundary. I don't like praying overnight. I don't like going to club. I don't like taking alcohol. I don't like a smoker. Such a man must respect that your boundaries. How to make him stay. Getting a man is one thing. Keeping him requires wisdom. Number 1, respect him. Ephesians chapter 5:33. The wife should respect her husband. Men thrive more where there are respect, which is where they are respected. Very, very important. Number 2, build peace, not pressure. A peaceful home keeps a man. Avoid constant nagging and unnecessary conflict. Number 3, support his purpose. Encourage his vision. Be his helper, not just competitor. Genesis 2:18, a helper suitable was the intention of God while he was creating a woman. And by the way, during my teaching, I made mention to people that women are created for man. Man were not created for women. Men were not created for women. It is women that were created. It was existence of man that necessitated the need for a woman. So without a man, woman doesn't exist. So man is the main purpose for women. That is why everything women does, both on the social media and everywhere, is just how to please the man, how to be attracted to the man. That is why whenever a man is appreciating a woman, the woman feels well valued. That is why when your husband doesn't value you or doesn't appreciate you, you feel bad, because everything is all about him. And that's the truth. Maintain yourself, very, very important. Spiritually, emotionally, and physically. Don't stop being whom you were when he met you. That is, if you want to keep the man. Keep communication alive. Talk, listen to understand. Don't assume communication. You know, don't assume. Communicate very well. And you see, one problem with some women is that they want to say their mind. They don't want to hear the mind of their husband. Originally, a true woman must be a woman that hears the mind of the husband first. It's not about you telling him how you feel. You shouldn't be tired hearing your husband. And that's why before you marry him, you must make sure that he's the man you will respect. Show love and appreciation. Men stay where they feel valued. What drives a real man away? Number 1, disrespect, constant criticism, lack of peace, unfaithfulness, manipulation, or control. You want to control where he goes, what he wears, how he walks, what he talks about, what he talks, how he behaves. You want to control everything. Important truth, you cannot force a man to stay. That's the truth. A real man stays where there is, number 1, peace, respect, love, purpose. If he is not ready or not right, no strategy will keep him. Conclusion, stop chasing men, start building yourself. When you become whole, you will attract the right man, you will recognize the wrong one, you will build a marriage that lasts. This is the truth. And I want to stop it here. Tomorrow, I'm going to come and analyze tomorrow's edition too, which I know by tomorrow, I'm hoping that many of them that didn't turn up today will come tomorrow. And as they come, I'm going to analyze further on this subject. God bless you. I hope this has blessed your soul. Please share to your friends, your brothers and relatives. especially those who are single, who are wondering why no man is coming for them in marriage, who are also wondering why it is still difficult for them to find a husband. Share this with them, and I know it will bless them. It will help them to understand that no woman is created not to marry. Marriage is not by force, quite sure, but marriage is a necessity. If you refuse to marry or refuse to work on your marriage to work, listen, there's a time coming in the future that you will seek to regret your action. Now that the marriage is difficult and you're having too much crisis with your husband, learn to wait and listen. Submit to your husband. Stop doing your own will. If your husband is mad, mad together with him. If she's stupid, be stupid together with him. That's what marriage is. Anybody who teaches you otherwise is a liar.